Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ingani Titan. We have the ST1 again, this time on the south coast, and the spell's a little different. One of the things I suppose when you're doing a lot of videos on YouTube is you generally show your better games and games that you do well in, because they tend to be the more interesting games. If only because by virtue of the fact that you did well in these games, you'd survive, or you survive very close to the end. Because games where you just get wiped out in the first 30 seconds tend to be uninteresting. I suppose it's different when you're streaming or something like that, because you just log out of the game and start a new one, just like you would if you were playing. But you don't usually see them in World of Tanks YouTube videos, and I generally tend not to show games of that type as well, because again, for much the same reason, they're not generally that interesting. Obvious losses that are obvious for a while, it's going to be, you know, you're aware that you're going to lose, tend to be uninteresting games, but this one's a bit of an exception, so I thought it was worth sharing. We'll see. I suppose you can always let me know how you feel about it. The ST1, we're coming up here now. The team is it's a bit lemon train. It's a bit coming up heavy on the centre. There's a few tanks going around to the eastern side of the map, but they're late to the party. The enemy have already managed to take that area there on the, what do you call it, F9, that area. And I've arrived here to the centre, and the corner already is held above me, but it's held with lower tier tanks. The problem I have is that I can't actually push on past this point now, because the centre is being held against me. I would need my team to win against those tanks that have been identified on the eastern edge of the town. Or I need more tanks here so that we could both face off against them, and a few tanks actually go into the centre and take on the town. In fact, the Tiger that's beside me is better off if he went into the town and let me fight the three guys in the corner, because I can bounce shots at them all day. They don't have a clear shot at the lower front plate. That's protected by the ramp up from the beach, and by the parapet there at the edge of the promenade, and I can put shells through them anytime I hit them. Obviously I don't have the issues with Russian accuracy at this range, so there's going to be a few shots that'll just sail over their heads or hit the rocks in front of them, but I'll hit with enough shots that when I do hit I will do a lot of damage, and they're only tier 7 and tier 8 tanks. And they've been smart enough about it not to actually push out. And now what I have feared has happened, in the sense that the tanks in the middle are starting to come in on the edge of the map. And we're about to lose the eastern side of the map completely. So I'm dividing my attention between both sides now. I suppose I might actually have done better if I'd gone into the town myself and just taken on tanks in the town. Again, I kind of outmatched them on tier, but I'd have to be careful. The KV-5s could definitely hurt me if the drivers know what they're doing and if they're willing to use premium ammo. Though I can hurt them as well, but I can't, you know, I can't take punishment for too many tanks. I have to be giving out punishment without receiving much in return, like I've been doing so far. But anyway, I didn't, I suppose, pay enough attention to the Gronoviches to get rid of them, prioritise getting rid of them over the guys in the corner. I've managed to do a fair bit of damage to them. And I've lost the Tiger, and now I've been shot from behind. I turned my turret because I thought he'd come out again, and actually that was probably the biggest mistake. First, well, aside from the possibility of not going into the centre, this was an actual big mistake, because I actually took damage there. The back of the turret is really vulnerable, and I took quite a bit of damage there. what I decided to do was to fall back to allies on the hope that I can get all the tanks that are against me in front of me. And I was also hoping that those 3 tank destroyers would be able to hold their positions so that there wouldn't be too many people coming up behind me. The Panther comes around behind me again. Now he's not actually doing me any damage. He's more of a nuisance and annoyance than anything else. But I keep backing up anyway because I need to have the ally to tank. And there's an Oni here, and he's being equally harassed from all directions. The 3 tank destroyers is now down to 2. The artillery was trying to shot from the back of the Oni there. But we managed to get him. We have a Tiger and we have the Panther still annoying us. Panther shows too much of himself there and I put around through him, but I don't finish him. He fires back at something behind him there, but I don't think he does a decent shot at it. And I muck up this shot here. I don't give the Tiger enough lead. And I miss, and I couldn't really afford to lose that shot. Now, Tiger 1 sits there. I don't know why. So I get the opportunity to finish him off. But before I get to do anything else, a VK4502 has popped up because I suppose there's no longer any tank destroyers facing him, and he's just popped out onto the beach and finished me off. So the Oni just decides to drive forward. He knows he probably, well, he can't take us. Doubt if he'll be able to take the VK4502. So he tries to go for the tanks in front of him, but he gets tracked and taken out. And that's pretty much it. There's a Tier 8 Swedish tank destroyer left, and he's on his own against fairly large numbers, and he gets taken out. So we do 4k damage. We did 2k of assisted damage, and we came in number 1 by experience. So I hope you found that video interesting and that you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please consider giving the video a like and giving the channel a subscription if you haven't already done so. And thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.